Hey, welcome everybody to the newest edition of the Streamisho.
Welcome.
So I'm Tim. With me on the couch is Koen.
Hello.
And then behind the buttons, in the corner of the screen, right above the Starstorm gun turret, is Robin. Today we're going to talk to you about the upcoming patch 3.1, the Starstorm Showdown, which obviously includes, finally includes
Starstorm Station.
the Starstorm Station map. Which we're gonna show it in depth, and we're gonna show all the cool features and the almost finished art. There will probably be some tweaks here and there during the beta and stuff like that. And we're gonna show you some other cool stuff. So stay tuned. A little disclaimer from the start, just so you won't be disappointed in the end. There won't be a beta today.
Yeah.
But there will be a beta tomorrow.
Yeah, we ran into a couple of issues at the very last moment, and they were a bit too... We really tried to get it out today anyway, but in the end decided against it. So tomorrow you're going to have the product as we envisioned it, essentially. So you'll have the quality that we really want to show off for the Starstorm map and all of the other cool features that are coming up.
Yeah, so, and all the balance changes and all the other stuff included in that beta. We'll talk a little bit about what's in the beta near the end. But first, let's start off with some news. We've always got some news, so let's start off with that. So first off, there's a survey going by Bats. Can you tell a little bit about that?
Yeah, of course. So Bats, as some of you probably know, is someone who loves organizing tournaments, and recently he's gotten into touch with us to basically do another, to start being active again in the tournament organizing scene, as it were. But for this specifically, he before he actually wanted to start, he wanted to get some information from you guys. So we started a survey. The survey itself, I took it myself. It's like 3 minutes long or something at tops to fill out. Yeah, definitely. And it just has some basic questions about what you want to see in a tournament, what you find interesting, what kind of prizes you find interesting, whether you know who Bats is. And if all is well, Robin should be linking you the URL to this survey in a couple of seconds, and
in the chat.
Yeah, in the chat. Yeah, and
we've also linked it on our Twitter and stuff like that, so you can go there and click link, fill out the survey. It will help him out a lot with all the big plans he has for tournaments and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it'd be great if you could fill it out. Definitely.
Yeah. So go check that out. Next up is the Knots Builder. It's been updated. Finally, with all the up-to-date features like character levels and all the other stuff you need to share your builds and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's very cool for people who actually want to know the nitty-gritty behind all of the stats and want to actually see how much damage you do with Scree's auto attack with a couple of upgrades bought at level 15 instead of just having to guess for it. And the Knots Builder is an amazing tool that will help you gather all these stats. A big shout out to Roestirobe for updating the tool, if I'm not mistaken. Right, yeah. And for helping the community once again with the ability to, theory craft alongside actual builds with actual levels.
Min-maxing for the win.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, if you like all that kind of stuff, you like to get deep into the theory of the game and trying to get the best out of your character, be sure to check it out. Okay, so next up is something pretty cool for mainly our Dutch people, Dutch audience. We'll be at BattleCon in Rotterdam at the start of May. Yeah. Which is a really cool tournament. It's in your hometown.
Well, it's pretty close to my hometown. Yeah, and I'm going to be there myself, so if you want to say hi, by all means, come on over. We're going to be doing some kind of a 1v1 live tournament kind of thing at BattleCon, and if I'm not mistaken, everybody's able to join. It's going to be all day long. and any additional rules, like the specifics for the 1v1 type of tournament, we're not entirely certain on yet, but we'll post the rules as soon as we...
So keep your eye out for all those kind of rules. BattleCon is a big event by the guys from First Look, and there's all kinds of games and there's all kinds of tournaments going on, and Awesomenauts is one of those tournaments. Yeah. So... yeah, if you're in the area or if you really want to compete in Awesomenauts, be sure to keep an eye out for all the details on this and go check it out.
For sure, yeah. It's gonna be super exciting. I'm really looking forward to that actually.
Yeah, it's gonna be really cool. So yeah, that's coming up. It's in about a month from now. Yeah, it's almost exactly a month from now. So yeah, it's really cool. Next up, this is something. This is a pretty old. Pretty long-going feature for
Awesomenauts for sure.
For Awesomenauts, it's the Mumble server, but sadly, Cole, the guy who's been running it for a really long time, is hanging up the reins. Is that how you call it?
He's passing on the baton, even.
Yeah.
He's not. He's not going to close down the Mumble server, so no worries on that specifically. But after all of these years of doing upkeep and dealing with people there and making channels for new teams that would like to get involved, he's decided to pass it on to Jolvenzins, who is currently also doing the NotSpeak server, the Awesomenauts TeamSpeak server. So you'll still be able to use the Mumble. The only, fine print is that it will be moving to a new web address. So just keep an eye out on the forum post. I'm pretty sure there is a sticky for it.
Yeah, it will probably be updated in there.
Exactly,
yeah. So if you're using the Mumble server, note that it will gain a new address and all the details will be on the forums. Yeah. We'd like to thank Cole for all the things he's done for the Mumble server and the Awesomenauts community. All those, years already.
Yeah. It's been up almost as long as the game's been out on PC, so it's like almost 4 years now. It's crazy how long he's been dedicated to this. And
really cool. So thanks, Cole.
Thank you.
And good luck with everything you're
gonna do now. Yeah, exactly.
So with all this community stuff going on, we've got a little surprise for the community. Well, we'd like to give something back to the community. Well, we always update the game and stuff, but this is a little extra thing. It's really cool. It's something we haven't done before. It's
little experiments.
You want to say it?
Yeah. We're gonna give everybody who'd like one a new skin for Ayla. So coming up in patch 3.1 is the Killer Koala Ayla, or the Killer Koala skin, if you prefer. And the skin will be available to everybody who follows the Awesomenauts Steam community. So the way you do that is just simply go to the Steam store page, hit the follow button, and you're following Awesomenauts Steam community group.
Yep, exactly.
And as long as you're following it, you will get you get access to the Killer Koala Ayla skin.
Yeah, and at the same time, we have the ability to keep you up to date to all of these Streamishows and special big tournaments that are coming up and stuff. So it also has a.
It's also very handy for all those people who aren't on social media, because through
Twitter
the Steam community group you get up when there's a patch update and all kinds of announcements for the Streamisho. So. And the only thing you have to do is follow the Steam community group, and if you do that now, it's fine. If you do it after the patch goes live, because everybody who's already subscribed doesn't matter. It's applied retroactively. So, and the skin's free.
Yeah, which is great.
Yeah. So let's show it off a little in game, so you guys get even more motivated to sign up for the.
Which means I get to play Ayla.
Yay, Robin! Let's show him the skin in game. Yeah.
There we go. Here she is.
So this is not a premium skin. It's a regular skin, but it's really cool looking, if I say so myself.
Hey, you made it! It's so cool though. Like the whole commando look that you've got going on.
Yeah. I really love the little beret. She's cute and cool at the same time.
I really like it. And the laser chain too.
Yeah, she's got a cool laser chain.
Really nice and detailed. It's really dope. So
that's another team member for the Killer Koala team. Yeah. Slowly but surely, everybody gets added to that team.
I'm pretty sure you also
redid
her rage. I'm pretty sure the rage has something special. Hexagons.
Hexagons.
Oh,
Yeah, the rage bubble itself has had a little visual update, so it looks a little bit more shiny and bubbly.
And I believe the eye also has a new thingy.
Of course,
I'm gonna slow it down for a bit.
It's really hard to see, but you shoot a koala.
You can watch it on replays on about equal speed. Let me zoom in a bit so you can actually see. Oh crap!
Show it.
Right, play. See,
Yes.
it's a koala face.
Bam! It's a koala face.
Murder.
Hexagons and koalas. What else do you need for a
Yeah,
koala
it's super
skin?
cool. It looks really cool.
So yeah, if you like playing Ayla, if you like this skin, be sure to sign up for to follow the Steam community group through the Steam store page. Is the easiest way to do it.
Yeah.
And once the Starstorm Showdown patch goes live, you have access to an all new skin for free. So it's a way for us to thank all you guys for supporting us all this time. And yeah, hope you guys like it.
I'm amazed by how cool this looks. It's like I haven't actually seen it yet. It's really cool.
Okay.
Alright, I'm gonna stop.
Yes. Okay, so let's do a Roboscoop real quick.
How does it work, Tim?
How does it work? Well, Robin, thanks for asking. No need to type in a keyword or anything. We'll be raffling a Roboscoop among everybody in the chat. So if you're in the chat, Robin will just roll.
Right?
Yeah, roll for a winner. So are you ready to roll?
Always ready to roll.
Roll it, Robin.
Rolling.
And
Mr. Mac.
Mr. Mackey.
is it Mr. Mac or Mr. Mackey?
Mr. Mackey.
Whoa.
But he's already won one.
Oh, okay.
Well, that means
Well,
you get to reroll.
you get to reroll. Oh, everybody.
It's rigged.
It's rigged. We all
I'll
know.
re-roll.
Yes, reroll, Robin.
How does that work?
How does that work? You just hit the button
Go
again.
roll. Ghosty Koopa.
Ghosty Koopa. Is that it?
He looks to be new.
Okay, well,
We have a new winner, ladies and
we
gentlemen.
have a new winner, ladies and gentlemen. Ghosty Koopa, congratulations. On the Roboscoop skin, Robin will send you a team. So check your Twitch private messages and be sure to claim it on Steam and impress
Yeah, for sure.
everybody with your awesome robo skills.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's move on to
the meat of the
presentation. The Starstorm map. We don't have any fans.
I mean, you tried. It's cool.
So yeah, you guys been waiting for this a very long time,
No.
and it's finally happening. Yeah.
It's been a bit of a fight. There was a lot of. I think the entire art team and the rest of the office will probably agree with me when I say this is probably the coolest map we've done so far. There's some new tech that our level designer Ralph got to use, which allowed him to put a lot more depth into the maps than there was so far, and that's of course perfect for a Starstorm station in the middle of space. And just visually, it's just a bit better than it used to be. Just kind of like with the characters and the skins.
It's been a while since we did a map.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
Avalon is 2 years ago.
Almost, yeah. I think so.
Maybe even more. It's quite a while ago. So we've got a lot more. Like you said, we got new tech to work with, and we've got a lot more experience with how we do things. So it allowed us to do a lot more cool visual tricks and stuff like that to make the map look even cooler than the other ones.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's really cool. The map itself, the layout hasn't changed a lot since the alpha.
No,
right?
if you play the Holo version, I'm pretty sure you're still. This is the same level essentially, but with prettier visuals. The only thing that's actually different is the Team Deathmatch map, of course, which hasn't been in the game so far, but we'll be showing that off later.
Oh, and there's of course all the hide areas that were there are now actually working hide areas.
Exactly.
So there's places to hide, and that actually works now instead of just being all plain. And then like you said, there's a Team Deathmatch version as well, which is, I mean, I played it and it's so weird. There's no floor in this Team Deathmatch map.
Yeah.
There's teleports in the corners of we can show you later, but it's really weird and it's a very unique experience. You really got to try it out in the beta, this Team Deathmatch version.
Yeah, definitely.
So I think the best way to show everybody
Is by hitting play, I guess.
By hitting play.
Alright, so as you can see, the new map is right here. And I'm just going to grab a Yuri. So
Yeah, do the
fly everywhere
Captain.
I want.
He's the best guide for maps
Yeah, definitely.
when he's not fleeing
Alright,
the pool.
so it already starts at the dropout area. The dropout sequence is still the same as it was in the holographic version, but as you can see in the background, there's the Starstorm station looming.
Bam.
And you actually fall into...
You fall into the station.
Oh crap,
Oh,
this is not where I am. Hang on, here, right here. You fall into the station, downward into the...
you fall into the basically the engine room, and in the back there's the engines
Here's the actual
going at
thruster.
it. Yeah.
What's
There's-
really cool is you guys actually made like a fully fledged starship. You'll be able to see this in replays if you zoom way out.
If you
can-
zoom way out in the replays, you can see that it actually looks like there's. I think it's still in the background. There's another ship floating, and it's
Oh yeah,
basically that
yeah,
ship.
exactly. Yeah. We'll probably go past that in a second.
Yeah.
So there's sentries right
Sentries
here.
behind the area. Note that although it's almost final, there's still some things we need to change and adjust and update and to make it look. Just to add that little pizzazz.
Yeah,
To make
pizzazz is a
it
great
exactly
word
the
for
way
this,
we
yeah.
want it to, but it's almost as good as final,
Yeah.
basically. So
Let's see, if we go up here, it's another assembly line.
Yeah.
What's really cool about this one is if you fly through, you bump into the sentries.
you bump into the sentries.
And as you can see here in this particular area, even though it's really close to Yuri, right? Like there's a wall, like an actual hull. There's still quite a bit of depth inside of the hull itself. As you can see, this wall here is very, very far away.
back, yeah.
And if you look at other maps like Ribbit or something, you'll see that the sense of depth here is just way, way, way bigger than it is in any of the other maps. So as you can see, if you go up here, you go into open space. Here's the
That's the
ship.
that's the spaceship. Basically, the ship you're on looks exactly like that if you zoom out.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, not exactly like that, but it's got
Well,
the same
close.
silhouette. It's got
Yeah,
the
it's
same silhouette.
super
yeah.
close. And so this turret, for instance, is right here. As you can see, you can just barely get up there.
Yeah, you can almost see it.
Let's see. These are the new portals.
Yeah,
We
that's the
upgraded
exit
officially.
portal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the new Starstorm creep. They're, let's see. The art team based it off of ladybugs, I think, is what we went with, or what I initially designed, and then just gave it a bit of like a sentry, as if it's
It's a
some
bit of a
sentry ship.
ladybug sentry.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And we like to imagine that it's like one of those bots that just like scuttles around, and once it sees something, it starts fixing things. So it has like arms underneath
Yeah.
each hull or something.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're outside here.
Yeah.
You're on top of the ship basically, and if
As
you
you
go
can see,
down.
the entry hatches.
Yeah,
here.
those are hatches because when you go down here into the center area, this is basically where they were housing the big ass rockets.
Exactly. Yeah.
They're in the back there. Scree turned one into a shrine.
This is so cool. He looks so cool. Oh, let me just delete this turret because
Oh.
then you'll
Hacks.
hacks. Yeah, Ronnie hacks. Look, I'm gonna delete these two turrets so we can actually walk through with.
Yeah, we can walk through the map.
There we go. So there's actually the blue turret here, and then as you can see here, you can see the shells being loaded into the gun. This is one of the features that is going to actually get changed. So this one still needs a bit of animation. It's going to actually,
Yeah.
hopefully, actually be shooting by the time the map comes out. It's going to be awesome.
It will hopefully be. We'll be able to get that animated, and it's going to be really cool.
It's going to look really cool.
Yeah.
Ralph was super excited about it, and he had some really great ideas.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to actually seeing that shoot,
Yeah.
honestly.
So up there's a little, it's a really small hiding area up there.
This thingy, yeah.
Yeah, so you
So
can
you
get
can
behind
actually-
that.
Hide in here.
You can hide behind there, and then there's the teleport, which will bring you back up top. to
Right,
the-
yeah.
to
So
the
this
bridge.
portal gets you back up top. Oh, by the way, there's also a mini map now, which is also new. As you can see, it's zoomed out pretty far. That's because there's quite a bit of vertical space in this particular
Yeah.
map, and that's why, as opposed to all of the other maps, which essentially start here where the drill core is, you can actually also see the shop area and a part of the dropout area.
And the vertical thing comes from being able to go down here.
Yeah, so this is the only real hide area, I believe, with the actual outline and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And then you end up at the waste
The
disposal.
waste disposal. And then you go out underneath the ship between the big wings.
Yes.
And then here you can. Well, here you got to be really careful.
Yeah. So
not
if you
falling.
fall down, you die.
Yeah. If you fall down here, you die. If you go below the portal.
I think it's.
Ooh.
Actually got picked up. But yeah, so you will die there if you actually fall down. Let me just, as you can see.
Oh.
It's pretty. Oh, it's
Nailed
actually-
it.
You got pretty. It's pretty lenient actually.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised about that.
Did we chase that for the team deathmatch?
Yeah, probably. Let's see. Yeah, so a lot of really cool, like, tiny details. There's debris flying in the background, and you have, there's the space itself looks really cool too, if you ask me. And same
and
as
it
for
really does.
Starstorm. Is there anything else that we're missing?
Yeah. Well, there's so much to see. I think people should just check it out in the beta or when it goes
actually.
live to see to look.
It's
for
only
all
gonna
the
be a
detail.
day, right? So
Yeah.
All right.
I
Okay.
mean, I hope you guys are as excited about this as we are because we worked really long on this and it's turned out pretty cool.
Definitely. And yeah, so this is actually where the team deathmatch area is going to play itself out. Except it's not going as one of the exceptions as opposed to all the other maps. The layout is also significantly different. So we're going to go back into a custom game and actually
let's show them the.
Let's show them how different it actually is. So if I just turn this into team deathmatch and we choose Starstorm and we choose Yuri still.
Yeah, still Yuri, still the best.
And then we boot up.
Yep, there
Right.
we go.
So things are pretty different right here. So where we at first got through right here, the waste disposal. As you can see, the map itself completely widened up. This is pretty much where the initial
the wing
was
thingy was.
And now you have all this extra space to kind of play around. The map itself is pretty gimmicky. Flyers are, they have a bit of an advantage, of course, because the floor still kills you. Something we did because the floor kills you is actually give you a bit of visual representation. So this red caustics animation is actually where you actually
die.
get into the kill block. And we made sure that even when you're standing a bit higher, you can still kind of see all of the platforms have upward casting shadows, so you can still pretty much see what the last platform underneath you is. So you can actually
so you can see the platform even though it's outside of your screen.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. So the portal here is gone, and instead of that portal, we got four new ones actually. So down here you have one, which will send you to the top right version, and the lower right one will send you to the top left.
Yeah.
Which hopefully leads to a couple of interesting chase situations where you're able to out-juke someone, or you're just able to get out. What's really cool for people like Scree is they can use their hovering ability, if I stop turning off Yuri's jetpack, to actually float underneath the platforms to get out of combat, and where usually you'd actually get killed, of course, because Scree can no longer go up again. He can actually still reach the teleporter to then end up on top, and then get back into the action without killing itself.
That's really cool, yeah.
A lot of added health packs too. There's 3 now instead of 1. A lot of added solar. Well, it's obvious.
So yeah, this is one of the more expansive death matches as far as changing the map goes, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's like I said earlier, it's pretty weird to play with with not being able to touch a solid floor. Basically, there's all these little platforms you can stand on, but there's not really a big solid.
It's really
base.
chaotic. I noticed that playing it was really chaotic, especially we were playing with 4 people. We started out with 6 and then ended up with 4, and even with 4, there's just a lot of stuff going on, and dropping down is still
really disorienting.
Yeah, exactly. And once you've taken the portals a couple of times, because you can also chain these, right? So, like this. Once you've done that a couple of times, you got to kind of keep your head in the game and figure out where you are. And where everybody else is, because they can move as fast as you can. So
yeah. So this is pretty much the deathmatch version of this map.
Yeah.
We've got some more custom game news later on in the show, But first, let's get back to
To the webcam.
to the street cleaning. This guy loves to clean his streets. So let's get back to something else entirely now. That's a good point, Robin. Thank you for silently pointing that out. Let's first do a roboscoop. Let's first do a roboscoop, and then let's get to the next
Ready
thing.
to roll?
Ready to roll, Robin?
Rolling.
So many R's.
It's Gift.
It's Gifted. Gifted already has one. I'm
Probably.
pretty sure.
Gifted does not have one according to the list.
Gifted does not have one. Then Gifted
Wow.
wins. Congratulations.
Well, congratulations, Gift, for with your roboscoop. Enjoy. Robin will send you the key in a Twitch message, so be sure to check that out and enter it into Steam to claim your very own roboscoop.
Yeah.
So, next up, last Friday was April Fool's. I bet you all very warily treaded the internet that day.
For all the posts,
For all the
yes.
fake news rolling around. We didn't really have fake news. We implemented a feature which turned the game into the classics of old, with this amazing picture of Robin shouting into what resembles a phone.
It actually
We're
was
all
a
here.
phone. You actually
was a
got
phone.
like a thing back from the 80s that actually used to work to scream into. It's pretty great.
It was a really cool feature. You guys obviously liked it a lot from all the feedback we've gotten.
Yeah, a lot of positive.
It's really cool. We're debating a way to maybe bring it back in some form or the other outside of April Fools.
Yeah.
So if you really enjoyed it, keep your eyes out for news on that.
Yeah.
We'll definitely.
And be sure to it might be good to make your voice heard too on the forums or wherever. Just kind of let us know that this is something you'd like to see, right? Because that way we can that way we have a stronger case essentially for turning this into a feature.
Yeah, I think there was a thread already about it on
Yeah,
the forums,
for
people
sure.
liking it. So if you liked it as well, just drop a line there, and then we'll see how it turns out in the future.
Mhm.
We're thinking about possibilities basically.
Yeah.
But that thing we did with with the pixels and all the kind of stuff, there was also a really cool soundtrack with that, which wasn't entirely unintentionally picked.
Yeah,
basically.
exactly.
A lot of you already recognized the theme because it was Professor Ulip's theme. And
Very cool.
for everybody who had a very sharp eye when studying the cool picture,
Yeah.
if you look at the bottom left, it's just on the screen right now. There is Ulip over there, and that's Ulip is Robin. Can you show?
Oh right, reveals.
Oh.
Snap.
Snap! It's what's it called?
I believe it's 8-bit Ulip.
It's 8-bit Julep.
I
Yeah,
think so.
we're rolling with 8-bit
Let's
Julep
go with
right
8-bit
now.
Ulip for now.
It's a very new upcoming skin for Professor Julep called 8-bit Julep, and the music pretty much gave it away, right?
Yeah, it's an ultimate skin.
It's an ultimate skin, and
and it is extremely, extremely cool.
yeah, I
But
mean.
obviously made it himself.
Koen made it himself, but I agree wholeheartedly. This is a really cool skin. It's
Yeah.
not just the music that's really cool, it's the in-game visuals that are. I mean, you've gone to town on this one.
Yeah.
You put a lot of work in it, and it shows, and it's really cool. So I think the best thing we can do right now is
Just walk around.
just
with it
walk
again.
around with it, because this is too cool not to show you guys.
Yeah, so what's really cool about the sound design too. So this is him.
If you guys can hear it a bit in the background, because it's harder to let
To
you hear
the
it.
special effects, yeah.
But the sound effects have gotten complete overall as well. It's completely chip-tuned.
Ignore the giant.
So it's cheating.
I'm cheating so that I can show off all the features, because there's actually quite a bit in this one.
Yeah, there's basically everything's gotten a visual change,
Yeah.
because everything's now pixel art.
Everything's been pixelated. So the first thing you'll notice is that aside from Ulip having a cutesy, of course this is gonna happen again.
Of course it happens. It always happens.
It doesn't center. Aside from having like a cute pixely face and also changing the face as he smashes, each of his like animations actually has its own facial expression. So arrows up when he's jumping, arrows down when he's falling. You can also see that he has 3 hearts, and these hearts are actually accurate.
They actually work, yeah.
Which is so cool.
So if you take some damage, aside from your, obviously, the big health bar going down, the hearts also
actually go down.
Deplete.
Yeah. And they also come back when you pick up a health creep, right? So now I have 1/2 a heart of damage, but if I go back to full health, bloop, it's full again.
Full again. Yeah, that's really cool. And I also really like the jumping particles. The
the pixelated circles and stuff. Yeah,
that's really cool.
So I actually got a pretty long time to put a lot of like pixelated effects into basically everything Julep does, from the smacking of the wrench smack to the jumping to he also drops a couple of Ronimo's particles.
Yeah, he drops Ronimo's when if you smack as well.
Yeah, that's
there's
true. The second smack, yeah.
So there's Ronimo's in
everywhere.
Hey, that was Voltar over there.
Yeah, he has a lot of really everything that you can see about him is overhauled.
So you're all probably wondering, well, there's one thing you haven't shown us yet, Koen.
The dinosaurs?
The dinosaurs.
I have dinosaurs. I have pixelated dinosaurs for you.
Oh, Sam!
So we actually got a bit of time to do a pixel art and pixel animated dinos, which really suited the skin. There was a bit of a discussion about it, whether we wanted to do it or not, because of course it took a bit of time, but in the end we decided to do it anyway, because it looks awesome and it really makes the ultimate skin feel, ultimate, yeah. So also the Julep has an upgrade that allows him to hit droids, and then he'll tag him to drop health packs. In the 8-bit Julep version, I gotta go to the right, you can see they're actually health packs, pixelated health packs. So yeah, all of the health packs he drops are also pixelated.
I forgot about this. Pixelated. Yeah. So I saw somebody asking, is this a premium skin or an actual ultimate skin? This is pretty much as ultimate as you can get. Yeah. There's new music, as in the form of a new a chip tune, killing spree, and a chip tune character theme. There's pixelated graphics on all his abilities. Even the health packs, the tag creeps dropped are pixelated. Everything's
same goes for the gripping gaze. Of course, he gets Space Invaders, and if
not Space Invaders,
he
they're
gets
not Space Invaders.
He gets aliens.
He gets aliens. He gets
pixelated aliens. So everything about this is ultimately cool.
Yeah, and there's also, I believe, what's really cool about the sounds is Sonic Picnic actually used a Game Boy.
Yeah.
Like an old school, green screen Game Boy.
The big
block.
One. Yeah.
To modulate almost all of the sound effects, so you'll be hearing a lot of nostalgia, and if you have a Game Boy, of course. And
he's got a new voice.
Yeah, and he's got a cool new voice lines that have all sorts of game references. You should totally check it out. I don't know. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, it's really cool. We'll probably make a trailer for this as well, so you can see and hear all his stuff in action.
For sure.
If you're not convinced by this, I mean, what else do you need? But this is coming as well in patch 3.1. Yep. Aside from the Killer Koala Ayla skin, so we've got 2 skins to look forward to. Mm-hmm. And I hope you guys enjoy it as much as we do.
We
So,
all right. I see custom games.
Yeah, let's hop into. I said before that we'll talk a little bit more about custom games.
Yeah.
And we'll be adding. A lot of people ask about this, and we've also promised it before that we'd be adding a lot more custom games options. Well,
we have a lot more custom games options.
There you go.
This is just a teensy handful of extra options that are in the custom games for in this beta as well.
Yep.
So things that say they're maximum viable items per row. This also includes maximum viable items total.
Yeah.
And walking speed multiplier, damage multiplier, explode on death. The spawn solar boss on death one is pretty hilarious.
Pretty crazy.
It
I
works
mean,
on creeps as well.
solar bosses everywhere.
Yeah.
Replace normal droids with super droids if one of them wasn't enough.
Mm-hmm.
And there have been 2 completely new presets added as well. An insta-git mode where everybody just dies in one hit. Have fun with that one. And a random team deathmatch.
Yeah, because a lot of people, right, if you go in Awesomenauts at any given time of the day, you see a lot of people ask for a random team deathmatch game. And we figured it was so popular that it deserved its own drop-down feature, essentially.
Yeah.
But there's even a better feature that
There
comes with
is I mean, that's nice in its own. Random team deathmatch as a cool feature, and I bet you all have a lot of ideas for your own.
modes. Yeah, exactly.
And for your own modes, and you've tweaked the settings to perfection, and then every time you want to play that game mode, you have to edit all those settings again. Well, not anymore, I tell you.
Yeah.
Because now there is a way for you to save all your custom game
Settings.
presets.
Yeah.
And if we hop into the game, we can show it to you right away.
As you can see.
Well, these are all the new added features. Go browse them at your leisure when the beta goes live, because there's a lot of them.
And there are a lot of sliders with a lot of customizations. Even just health multipliers has a variable for basically every type of thing you meet, and the same goes basically for all of the new features that we're added. They're super cool, and you should totally check them out yourself. In the beta, just play with some friends, wacky game modes.
Yeah, try everything out and see if you can find that cool game mode that just gives you all the fun and your friends.
Yeah.
But if you find that game mode, I think Koen made some cool presets before.
Yeah, right. Let's just walk them through the process, right? So if, for instance, I really enjoy having maximum solar, which is a pretty common thing.
Money in the bank.
Instead of having to go back every single time and have to go through even more scroll bars than before, there's now a diskette option at the top. And once you click this, you can actually choose a name. So I'll call it Maximum Solar. And from this point forward, as you can see, your game mode has been set to custom. And custom actually has a drop-down item with
all the presets you've made before.
You've ever saved, yeah. And as a host, you'll be able to actually select your own custom presets, and then, it will just set it like that automatically. You'll be able to go into the game immediately. If for whatever reason you change something and you want to, instead of have 3 bots, have no bots at all, that's totally fine. Just select the drop down, hit save again, and you can just save right over it, and it'll update.
And you can also delete all the presets you
can
don't want
delete the
anymore.
Preset. Definitely, it's totally possible. And you can also rename the preset. So if you gave it a wrong name, there's actually a rename button that allows you to just rename the preset itself. And, that way you can keep it all nice and organized, and you can actually save all of your custom game settings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is, it's really nice, and it's a really nice way to save all those cool things you thought of and with which you had a lot of fun. Yeah. So you can play them again and again without having to adjust all those settings. It's a nice quality of life change. So aside from all the cool added settings. Yeah.
So I made 2 presets that I want to show you guys. First one is all the items, actually 3. The third one is Testnauts. This is something I can definitely recommend for people who just are testing damage variables and stuff. In game 2 we actually have this one committed to the entire office. It has no bots, it has no droids, and it just gives you the ability to basically check out what the damage does and how your character looks and whatever.
Yeah, it's really great nice for testing purposes. Yeah,
super
that's
nice.
why Testnauts no AI.
Exactly. But all the items is pretty great. So as Tim already said, you can actually set the maximum amount of items per row that you can buy, and you can also set the total maximum amount of items you can buy, which can create some pretty interesting things, right? You can set a low amount of maximum purchasable items, but give you the ability to basically buy an entire row, or you can set it all to max and just buy a lot of it, or do whatever you want. In this case, I'm just going to show you what happens. You'll probably already guess it. If I pick a Tavern Pain, apparently.
I also have to note that a lot of these settings haven't been tweaked yet to match performance. Yeah. So if you set increase the droid spawn, reduce their health, and set spawn solar boss on death, and you start shooting all the droids, There will be solar bosses vomiting everywhere, and your PC will probably
There
die.
will be slowdowns. We would like to hear from people with who consider themselves to have medium PCs, or even people with lower performing PCs, what their maximum, or what a sensible maximum seems to be according to them. Like, what is when do things really go crazy, and when do you really get like a super low frame rate, so that we can actually keep that in mind. Essentially, that's what the beta's for, right? Trying to figure out what our limits are. Essentially.
So try to think a bit before you max out all the settings, because things can get crazy and they haven't been tweaked to be optimal for that performance.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, as you can see, I now have 2 airstrikes. I have hamburger phone. I have.
You've got
slide.
everything.
I have everything. It's
characters can get crazy overpowered, which is a lot of fun to play with.
It's really cool in death matches, just silly death matches, and it can add maybe a sort of like an alternative tactical layer if, like I said, you limit the maximum amount of items, but you still allow people to buy 6 items in a single row. And maybe, who knows, maybe we'll see some really cool, custom game modes out of this. We just wanted to give you guys as much options as possible, essentially, to create some really cool presets of your own.
Yeah. Okay, so show the other one, because that one's crazy.
This is not very.
This is pretty
visually interesting.
This is visually
it's cool.
This is really cool to play with, but visually it doesn't do a lot, and
Exactly.
the next one does do a lot.
So I'm going to choose skating solar bosses.
Strap yourself in.
Strap yourselves in. This is gonna get
not
crazy. Well, it's not that bad.
It's pretty silly. Though.
It is silly.
Okay, so what I did.
What's the baseline of these settings? What makes this unique?
The first thing I did when Thijs, our gameplay coder, committed these new settings is I found that there was actually a friction setting which allows you to basically prolong your slide until forever, as you can see. And I thought, that's actually really neat, because it's like skating, right? It's like I don't know, it reminded me a lot of Jet Set Radio Future. I'm gonna have a lot of trouble, dude.
Try to.
Here we go. It reminds me of Jet Set Radio Future, but kind of cooler. And then I realized that all the enemies, including solar bosses, were actually would have trouble with this. So I figured, what happens if I spawn a whole bunch of solar bosses on death of certain type of enemies? As you can see, the AIs have quite a bit of trouble just figuring out.
They don't know what to do with this.
And so what I did was I set both. Oh crap!
So trying to get some health back from creeps isn't the best idea in this mode,
it spawns a solar boss, and solar bosses deal a lot of damage, as you can see. By the way, this is exactly what Tim is talking about, because every creep basically spawns a solar boss right now.
Yeah.
Actually, their limits aren't that bad. And on if there's a lot of movement possible for the solar bosses themselves, they'll basically just start slipping and sliding all around, and you'll have spit everywhere with some very, very angry solar bosses. They also spawn on the death of knots, if I'm not mistaken.
But that's one of the settings you can adjust. You can set on which they spawn, so you can set it that only knots spawn solar boss, or you can set that only
on everything,
droid
right?
spawn, or everything, whatever you want.
Yeah.
It's that's nice of these settings. You can just adjust them to the way you want the setting to work.
I'm so happy that I picked Leon for this on a side note, because this would have been terrible. But yeah, as you can see, slowly but surely the map, or the creep area, starts turning into the deadliest zone in the neighborhood. And,
oh god!
You will die excruciatingly fast. But it's a lot of fun. So you can also have droids spawn solar bosses. I only took a couple minutes to basically set this up. I'm really curious to see what you guys think of, and what it will turn into. Yeah. What kind of chaos you guys can create while still making a manageable game mode. Because hitting a couple of random sliders is pretty easy, right? But actually making a cool game out of this, I think, is pretty. Is going to be pretty challenging. Oh my god! Look at everything insta-giving.
That's really cool. This will all be in the beta, which will release tomorrow. Be sure to check it out, have some fun with the settings, and we hope to see all the cool game modes.
Soon we'll probably be hanging out in the custom games, or in the global chat too. I definitely will. I'm curious to see what people come up with, and just just see what it all brings.
Yeah. So tomorrow's beta will include the custom game modes, will include the Starstorm map, but it will also include a variety of balance changes, including a nerf to Scree.
Yeah.
Which I know a lot of you people have been asking about.
Yeah. The balance changes this time actually have a lot of general explanations as to why we've done things. We've figured there's a bit of something people would like to know, like why are we doing things. So Dave actually took a lot of time today to describe all of this, the changes they made and why they were made that way, and hopefully it will make things a lot clearer for you guys.
Yeah. So be sure to check out those balance changes if you're interested. I think Robin made a little list here of things that are included. There's a Scree nerf, and also nerfs to Chucho and Yuri, and there's buffs to Swiggins, Julep, and Lux, for instance. So if you want to get into the nitty gritty of those changes, be sure to check out the forums and the beta patch notes, and be sure to discuss them in length.
Mm-hmm.
So Dave and Jasper can get to fixing and adjusting those.
And tweaking, definitely.
So if you guys have any more questions,
this is the time. Yeah.
This is the time. We'll let's see. What time is it?
It's about 1:45.
Yeah, we can do a few questions before we wrap
it up.
Wrap it up.
Sounds good.
But first, let's do a Roboscoop.
Let's do a Roboscoop?
Okay, yeah, let's do a Roboscoop. You guys can think of any questions you have, and then let's Roboscoop. Let's roll, Robin.
Roll! It's
Roll the Robin.
Body Hunter PT.
Okay, Body Hunter PT.
That sounds illegal.
Sounds illegal, but in this case, it got you a Roboscoop.
We'll take it.
We'll take it. Congratulations with your Roboscoop. Have fun with it. Robin will send you the Steam key in Twitch private message.
Oh, come on. I just want to be sword bosses. Okay, now.
Oh, God.
I can do this way. Alright.
So while Koen is doing his best
we're just waiting for questions.
to kill just one solar boss,
I'll probably get a couple of this.
if you have any questions, else we'll just wrap it up, and then you guys can look forward to tomorrow's beta.
Yeah.
When will we have patch notes?
The
When the patch goes live, right?
Yeah.
Probably when the
beta goes live.
When the beta goes live tomorrow.
We put the patch notes on.
And if you subscribe to the Steam community group, which will give you a Killer Koala Ayla, you'll also get a notification for when the beta patch is live.
Yeah.
Wow, so
Nice, Tim. Really smooth.
see how I circled back there?
Yeah, for sure.
No, I just undid it. The smoothness.
That's alright.
Will custom games be available offline?
We don't know.
I'm not sure. That's a coder thing.
I'm not sure if you need to be connected to Steam now. I have no idea. You should have to check that out yourself.
Yeah. When will the Starstorm Showdown patch release? Not sure yet. We have to put it in beta first, see how severe issues are and how much we need to change. And then...
the closest we can give is in a couple of weeks.
Yeah,
I think
that's about the
safe.
closest we can get.
And we're still aiming for April, right?
Yeah,
we're aiming for April, but don't hold us to that. If we don't make it.
Well, I mean, if issues pop up that are so incredibly debilitating that we can't release the patch, of course. But otherwise, April should be doable.
Somebody's asking, is new matchmaking coming? Yes. The goal is patch 3.2. After Starstorm Showdown, there will be an open beta. I think it's an open beta of the new matchmaking before. So and once Starstorm releases, once 3.1 releases, be sure to keep an eye out on all the news channels for updates on how this will go down.
Yeah, it's also. I mean, if you want to know like how far along we are, we've already had a couple of tests at home that were pretty promising. There's still quite a bit of issues that need to be taken care of, but we're moving forward for sure. Aside from that, on the art front, there's also been made quite a bit of progress. Today, Tim and I actually sat in the what we call a positive feedback round, where every week we look at what people did that week. And Ollie actually did quite a bit of work on the new
menus,
matchmaking menus.
Yeah,
exactly. So
it's looking
that's
really
moving forward
promising.
too. Yeah, I agree. But it still it still requires a bit of work. So it's not going to be a week after Starstorm releases or something.
Definitely.
And because of course the new matchmaking has everything hinging upon itself, right? Because if the matchmaking is broken, you can't play the game. We have to be absolutely 100% sure that it's as good as we can get before we even put it into beta.
Yeah, definitely. I saw somebody asking what's the name of the Steam group. The best way to follow the Steam community group is just go to the Awesomenauts store page on Steam and hit the follow button underneath the screenshots. That's the easiest way, and then you're set. You're set for Killer Koala Ayla and all the news updates.
And that way you also don't have to look for it. I do believe that it's the only Steam group associated with Awesomenauts with a couple tens of thousands of members.
Yeah.
So if the follow button seems to be eluding you, just go for the one with the most people, and you should probably be okay.
Yep.
We'll also tweet it out on the social media.
Yeah, we'll definitely tweet it out soon, and when the patch goes live. Yeah, so it's hard to miss. It's hard to miss.
Yeah, we'll make sure. How will self-damaging abilities work on Instagip mode? I mean, Ayla got herself killed the moment she activates Rage. Yes, this is true.
This is probably true. Yeah.
There's one solution to this.
There's things that are.
I can actually show you. There is a solution to this for Ayla. If you look, what Instagip essentially does is it grabs a slider here that puts. Oh, it doesn't. What you can do instead of the Instagip mode then, if you have self-damaging abilities, is put the health on a fixed amount. So instead of, what Instagip does, which is give everybody 1 health essentially, give them a bit more and just make sure that, that Ayla can take a couple of ticks of damage before she dies. Yeah, exactly. And then you still have but still make it little enough that like a single ability will probably, explode someone. And that way not Instagib without.
Not everybody is as good at Instagib mode as others, and some of them are just too good at it.
Exactly.
So maybe you find a game mode that everybody plays the same character, so it's even in Instagib mode. Yeah, figure it out. I mean, there's a lot of options, and that's the fun of all these game modes, right?
Exactly. It was more of a. Yeah. It's more of a showcase of like what you could potentially do with the settings and gives you like a nice place to start out from, rather than like being an all-inclusive, like game mode that you can just grab and immediately use. I do, because we played ourselves and we were also like, this needs a couple of tweaks, but I think it's highly personal. Depends on like what you like yourself.
Yeah. So let's take one more question and then we'll wrap it up.
Yeah, sounds good.
Is there a good one, Robin? Did you see a good one?
There's plenty of good ones. I just don't see one now.
Let's see.
Will there be further developments to the Overdrive knots, like new knots or skins? Well, there will definitely be releasing more skins for them in the future, because they're more than fair. They're awesome knots, so it's more than fair that they get the same amount of skins as all the other characters. Mm-hmm. As for knots, there's no plans to add more knots to Overdrive, as far as I know. Yeah. So what you see is what you get, basically. Yeah. So if you like awesome Overdrive characters, Ulip's getting a new skin already, so that's testament of
the serious statement. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for sure.
So
and I mean, this of course the Overdrive knots all now have a skin. We'll probably, for the next skins, we'll probably be looking at a different set of characters without spoiling too much.
Yeah. Yeah.
At least partially.
Yeah. So I think that's about it.
Yeah.
So the beta will go live tomorrow. Be sure to check it out, the Starstorm map, the custom game modes, the balance changes. Let us know what you think. Mm-hmm. And then we'll see you again for the release, most likely.
Yeah.
And
in the beta, and otherwise in the next Streamisho.
Yeah. So thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time. Have fun tomorrow with the beta.
Goodbye.
See you later.